Hello, and welcome to Pravi's Book Haul for January 2017. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, mostly because I did one, I think, early December, and because it was going to be into Christmas, etc., etc., things happened. So I decided to do one here for January and talk about some of the books that I picked up. Haven't picked up a lot. I've still got a lot on my to be read list, but I figured I'd talk about a few that were kind of interesting. But first, before I get into that, I do want to talk about this book. Oh, Tad Williams, Happy Hour in Hell. Yes, I grabbed it and I brought it to work with me. I was getting ready to read it. I was going to enjoy it so much. And I opened it up. And as soon as I opened it up, I saw this. This. Right there. See that? Happy Hour in Hell is the second book in the Bobby Dollar novels series. The Dirty Streets of Heaven is the first one, and I don't have the first one, so I couldn't read it. Oh, you ever run into that? When you pick up a book and you're like, this looks really interesting. Oh, it's not the first book in the series. Now I have to wait and go read the others because I can't read a book. I can't read any books without reading them in order in a series. It's not going to happen. So, what books have I got for this month and a little bit in last month as well? Well, I've got a few. I don't know if I talked about the Android novellas. I believe I have. I believe I mentioned it in my last book haul. But if not, I will mention it again. I picked up the Monster Slayer and the Monitor Android novellas, and I've read both of them, but I'm not covering them on You Should Be Reading just yet because shortly after I got them, they announced Exodus, which is another Android novella by Lisa Farrell, starring Ken Tenma. It has clones and Jinteki Caprice Nisei is in it, and it is one of those little books that I want to read. So I'm going to read this one. It's probably going to be my next one because I just finished reading Time God's World, the science fiction duology by Ellie Modest Jr. I just finished reading that the other day, so I'm probably going to read Exodus next, which means not not the next, well, maybe the next. You should be reading. Yeah, I'll probably be done it by then. So probably maybe the next you should be reading. I'm going to cover the three Android novellas together in one because they're very, very slim books. So I've got this one and I'm looking forward to it a lot. What else did I get? Oh, I got this one, The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson, the second Mistborn novel, right after Mistborn. Now, those of you who have been watching, you should be reading, will know that I covered Mistborn Chapter 1 of Book 5, the current book of You Should Be Reading. This is the second one, and I've loved the Mistborn series. I really enjoyed it quite a lot, so I'm looking forward to checking this one out as well. It's going to be interesting. Brandon Sanderson, I've got my eye on you. I may have to end up finishing The Wheel of Time because you are the one who wrote the last couple of books. So that may be a thing that happens sometime in the future. The Well of Ascension looks interesting. I like the allomancy and whatnot. And this is continuing right afterwards. You've got Vin and, was it Ellen? No, Ellen Venture, the nobleman who is now the king and having to rebuild afterwards. Things get kind of interesting there. So I'm looking forward to that one. I also snagged this one. It happened on Doomsday. Now, this one, I mean, the cover alone, and even the back side here, as you can see, get that going there. Like, it has very striking, simple colors and graphics, and it caught my eye. Can her magic save the world before his curse destroys it? Lawrence McNaughton It's all about a young lady, Drew, who isn't really much of a sorcerer, but she's got potential and she uses crystals. And there's a cursed, a guy, handsome mechanic, in a possessed black muscle car who has a curse. He's going to turn into a demon. And just being near this guy makes her magical powers get supercharged. And the end of the world is coming, and it's, I guess, up to her to stop it. It seems like one of them interesting kind of romancy comedy type things. It caught my eye enough to want to pick it up. There's a sequel, I believe, coming out. Where is it here? Doop-a-doo. If it's even written down here. Nope. It's not written here, but there's a sequel to it that has like a blue cover instead of red and continues the story of these two. So, looking forward to checking this out and seeing what it's like. It caught my eye well enough to merit me picking it up. Brand new, in fact, from the bookstore. Good old Chapters / Indigo / Coles. That particular chain. I quite like it. So I'm looking forward to this. What else is there? One that I've been looking forward to for quite some time, by the author, David Wong, of John Dies at the End, and this book is full of spiders. Futuristic violence and fancy suits. It has a bunch of guns and a flying cat, I guess, and it's all about some interesting things. This particular, just because it's David Wong, already had my attention because I loved John Dies at the End. I loved This Book is Full of Spiders. Hilarious, strange, frightening, bizarre books. So I saw this one by David Wong, Futuristic Violence and Fancy Suits. Interesting title, interesting cover, because you see the cat here. But I picked it up just to look at the back when it was in hardcover. It has nightmarish villains with superhuman enhancements, an all-seeing social network that tracks your every move, mysterious, smooth-talking power players who lurk behind the scenes, a young woman from the trailer park, and her very smelly cat. Together, they will decide the future of mankind. What a tagline. What an elevator pitch for a book. It got me super hooked and super happy to check this out. I don't even care what the actual plot is about. That alone made me super happy to check it out. So now that I have it in paperback, it's going to be read very soon. Very, very soon. I still haven't forgotten. I'm still looking for How Few Remain and Ghost Talkers. Ghost Talkers. I believe Ghost Talkers is coming out in paperback pretty soon. So I'm going to be checking it out and finding those two to be read sometime here soon. Do not fear, my friends. They will get read. And the only... Oh, she's all fallen. The only other books I've got, I grabbed 3, all from the same particular series by Anna Guire. For those of you who have seen me, saw my listen to me, my little video where I talk about Grim Space by Anna Guire, the Samantha Jacks series. These books are taking place in the same universe. Perdition, Havoc, and Breakout, the Dread Chronicles. We'll just get some looking here. As you can see, you got the lovely lady there. You got her there. Perdition, Havoc, and Breakout. The Dread Chronicles, all about a prison ship, Perdition, and all kinds of fun things that happened there with the young lady, Desdemona Devos, otherwise known as Dread or the Dread Queen. It's interesting. Definitely looking forward to it. I love me some sci-fi, and I like that universe as well. So these books have been on my radar for a bit. I just managed to be in the bookstore, and they had all 3 of them instead of just like the second or the third. So I snagged all 3 of them. I still need to finish picking up the rest of the Samantha Jack series, and I need to finish reading that too. So I may end up getting to Samantha Jack's before I read these. I don't know yet. It's one of those things. There's just so many books to read. It's what I feel like reading. So those are my books for my book haul here for January of 2017. Uh, Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you like what I'm doing, please give that like button a tap. Give that subscribe button a tap as well. That'd be super helpful. And ring that bell. Uh, if you want to be kept apprised of whenever I throw up new videos, usually try and get at least one video a week, if not more. And throw a comment in the comment section. Uh, have you read any of the books that I've covered? Do you have any suggestions for books that you think I should be on the lookout for? Throw them in the comment section. I'd love to get a discussion going with some people. And until next time, my friends, remember, keep reading.